Hello and welcome. I've been working on the internet for many years, and over those years I figured out that often the very best information is not online at all. But thankfully, here at Jalopnik HQ, we have a gigantic log of back issues of Car Styling Magazine. Now, Car Styling Magazine is absolutely fantastic because it's filled with all sorts of concept cars and designs from years gone by, but also images and sketches that have never been uploaded, or at least in all my time, I've never seen them anywhere else. So I thought you would enjoy perusing some of them with me and looking at some little bits of history. Car Styling Magazine is fun. In addition to having actual car designs, it's also got lots of weird ads and things. This is something which I've never seen before and will probably never see again. Don't know what it is. But we have a fun sort of cover story in this one, this being the 91 issue for November 1992. Sort of a big period of design for the car industry in Japan. This is a Japanese publication in Japanese and English. We also get the story of the development of the EG Honda Civic, which is what some people think of as the classic Honda Civic, the best one that they made. We get a nice sort of image of the R&D facility. We get to see what cars people are driving. Here's a white and yellow mini truck. If you were driving a white and yellow mini truck at Honda in the early 90s, please email us. We would love to talk to you. It's tips@jalopnik.com. And the fun thing about this is you really get to sort of see what the design process was like. So not only do we get to see the finished product, but we also get to see some of the design meetings. Here we have images 10 and 11. We get the design studio in an uproar, but sometimes designers also get down to some serious thinking. We can see this guy in the back with the long hair is having a very hard time arguing about something about the EG Civic. And indeed, in these issues, you get to see not just the car as it was made, but also, this is the best part, design views of how the car could have been. So in this one, we get to see, in whatever this is, figure 2, we get to see that the early 90s Civic Coupe could have had like a second spoiler, like a T-tray spoiler, kind of like the Ford Escort Cosworth. Now, obviously, this was not put into production, so if you go looking on the Honda website, this is not something that you'll see, but if you happen to have bought an old issue of Car Styling Magazine off of your buddy on Twitter, you get to see it. And if you watch this video, you get to tell your friends about it. This is a concept of what Honda employees in 92, people who wore unironic Hard Rock Cafe shirts, thought that Hondas would look like in the 21st century. And here we are in the 21st century, and clearly Hondas look like this. This is it. They got it. They nailed it. This is what we all drive around in. Two-tone, three-spoke wheel Hondas. Everyone, they nailed it. Good for that. Now, it's fun sort of perusing all these things, looking through all the stuff that you like open them up because you know what you want to see. But it's also interesting to just sort of bump into random stuff. They've got lots of, boring truck coverage, but they also have lots of ads from this sort of really boom era of the Japanese economy. It's called the bubble era, when the Japanese real estate bubble was in full effect. We also get this, which is one of my favorite cars that America never got, the Mazda Emerald, which is a car that I don't think people really love because they didn't have a performance version. It was just a luxury hardtop version of the Mazda 626. But it's really cool, and I've never seen one in my life, and I probably never will, but it exists in these pages. You get to see lots of other stuff that I should probably skim over, but every so often you run into something that you just can't, including this tiny helicopter that lands on top of a truck and is sold, I guess, is advertised as being partnered with Lamborghini somehow. I don't understand it, but it made sense in the 90s. And just to wrap stuff up, looking over some of these cameras and things, this is indeed a publication which is fun to look at if you're just sort of generally interested in cars, but it was really a publication for the car styling industry, and that includes a retrospective on the GM designer Chuck Jordan, who did some of the big concepts of the 80s and 90s. You get to see him. You get to see some of his more funky work. And you also get to see really weird stuff, like the full GM design staff wearing alien hats. And you get to see this, which was, I think, a tribute to him somehow. It's or something that someone else did. It's a Miata Rado combo of early Miata and a 1959 Cadillac Eldorado, which certainly made sense to somebody. So I hope you'll enjoy sort of running through all these things with me, because I'll come back and do some more episodes and run through some of the stack, because it's easier than doing actual work, doing blogs and writing them and putting them on the internet through that. If you have other publications that you think I should look at, or if you actually have some back issues of Car Styling for sale, send us a line at tips@jalopnik.com, and stay tuned for the next step. Cheers.